Hello, everyone, to a special episode of Birds of Play. Today we're talking about Cyberpunk 2077.
We're talking about Spiderman.
Our last show.
Our last show.
Maybe.
Welcome to Birds of Play, the last episode. And all right, back from the intro. My name is John Styler McCrone. I'm joined by
Nathan Dean.
Brandon Diaz.
And Ryan Taronis.
So first thing we're going to talk about, boys. Joe, hit the hit. Talk about Cyberpunk! Yeah. I'll probably have that like just going in and out on the edit a bunch.
I like how you tried to have that one as a PNG, but it still has the.
I found that. I didn't have time. We got William Gibson's Neuromancer here. That invented the Matrix, guys.
Whose arm is that?
Huh? That's just a Cyberpunk arm I found.
This looks like a Facebook ad.
This is the only thing that, these two things matter. That's it.
Why is the background pink?
You don't like Ryan Gosling's doll?
That's cool too.
That's Ryan
Great
Gosling's
movie.
action figure.
Great movie. If you
Why
say you
is
don't like
the
it,
background pink now?
Because I thought that's the only color I could think of for Cyberpunk.
Are
Yeah,
all
it's just
Eddie's
like
pink? I thought they were digital.
I have no idea, but maybe we'll find out in the 47-minute demo of that.
48?
48-minute demo that CG Projekt Red showed us. What did we think of the game Go?
I'd play it in the state that it's in right now.
Yes, I would. It's going to be the greatest game that ever came out.
I'm going to play it, and he doesn't like my argument that it reminded me a little bit of Borderlands.
No.
Oh, but you know what? That is kind of true. I agree with that a little
Wait,
bit.
how?
Some of the guns. Anyway.
That's like people comparing Anthem to Destiny. Like, what the heck?
So it's the same game.
Oh my god, in Cyberpunk you loot stuff? It's like Borderlands.
It's like Assassin's Creed,
You
kill
shoot
people.
him, and there's numbers that pop out. And
It's
Show
just
me
like
the
the
damage
Division.
numbers.
So anyway, my main takeaway from it was obviously it looks beautiful. It
Yes.
looks absolutely amazing.
Yes.
I still kind of want to see like how the game functions out of missions, if that makes sense. You know, I could have guessed how it worked in missions. You know, you go around, you shoot stuff. There's probably some armed things and cyber cannons and drug guys. I could have guessed all that. What I couldn't have guessed what happens outside of missions. You know, is it just like?
He guessed all of that.
Well, I could guess that, but is it strictly just like, you know, kind of you just go to the next mission, there's not much to do? Or is it kind of like GTA where it's like kind of do whatever you want to some degree?
I feel like, and I hope it's going to be just very open worldy like GTA. From what I've saw, like they keep talking about like vertical.
Right, the building, going in the building
Like,
and
it's
stuff
not so
like
much
that.
like expansive, but it's more of like there's a lot of height to it.
That's why I got kind of weird for the car sections because
Yeah.
it seemed pretty like they went like 5 feet in the car. It seemed like most of it was walking.
Yeah.
So it's like
Well, the first
how's
driving
car?
section seemed pretty expansive.
It did seem
but
kind of
like
long.
going from the deal to
It was like
the
5.
next
It was like
mission,
5 feet.
I think that was planned.
Well, yeah. But it's just, you know, wanting to see like what do the if there are larger car sections, what does that look like? What do the other 5 districts look like? You know, are they just different parts of the city? Is it like Chinatown and Mexican Town? Is it like Desert Place and Ocean Place? You know, like.
I did.
The city's made of.
I think they actually released that information. There's like.
Oh.
There's one that's like a Chinatown. There's one that's like a Japantown. So they got both parts of Asia.
There's gonna be one.
Oh yeah, there's only 2 parts of it.
That's
Only-
it. That's
only the
it.
two, only
you
the
guys
two.
learned it today. But then there's like a Latino area, and I think.
No, because Mexico Town.
Why'd you point to me?
I'm Mexican.
Oh. I just figured that out.
But then there's like I think it's called City Center, which is like the it's just the corporate area and stuff like that. Then there's another area which is like
Where you kind of reside
failing
like the.
corporate area, like the you know the slums, I guess.
Yeah.
I forgot the other one.
In the ghetto.
I mean, obviously, not to downplay the gameplay looked fun.
Yeah.
It didn't look anything like we were saying. It looked a little bit like. It kind of looks like other games, is what I'll say. Not anything specific. It's nothing groundbreaking.
Not much you could change to move.
Right. Like my thing was, I saw some people complaining online, like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be really, really different." It's like it doesn't need to be
can you do
different.
for
Wait, how different were you expecting it to be?
Well, that's the thing. Like
It's a
people,
video
they hype themselves up. You know, it's like it's going to be groundbreaking technology. It's like, no, you don't have to do that. Like,
I still think it's gonna be groundbreaking technology, but there's only so much you can do with the first person.
right. Like groundbreaking, like in terms of like, you know, art style and like cityscape and
Looks pretty
NPCs and that kind of stuff. But like gameplay wise, it looks pretty standard
They got the
RPG shoot 'em
ricochet
up.
bullets.
They had ricochet bullets. They
Which is
had
pretty sweet.
mantis arms wall running. You know, but once again, it's like that's a fun gameplay. Those are all fun gameplay mechanics. So it's
Right.
like, sure, they might get like not stale, but like neutral after a while. Like sure, the first time you mantis a guy can be cool. The 80th time you do it, standard.
As with anything. Though.
As with anything, but I think that's kind of the draw is, for some games that can be tedious and kind of go away. But in this game, it kind of seems like you're living this person's life. So to get that immersion of just like, oh, I'm just going through the cycles and 9 to 5, I had to mantis the scab the other day. Ooh, that could be kind of an interesting part of it.
I like that at least in the trailer, that the mantis takedown from the wall wasn't like Deus Ex, where it kind of takes you into a cutscene.
It was fluid. Yeah. What did you guys think of the characters that we saw?
Jackie was pretty sweet.
Jackie, Kay, Corpo Lady. What was Dexter?
Yeah.
What did you guys? Victor was another one. How did you guys feel about those guys? Because I had some opinions.
The doctor was pretty sweet. I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
He was like,
the doctor was my favorite one.
I still have an Orgo arm. I could cut you.
Yeah.
Jackie was just like kind of there. He's just like, I'm in a mission, but am I really helping you?
I'm gonna die next time.
I wanted to hear more from Jackie.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted more of him.
My did you have any particular thoughts?
I like the doctor one too.
My main thing is like I felt like it was trying to be Cyberpunk a little too much. Where like they were saying a bunch of curse words and like weird future curse words and like being overly aggressive. And it's like, okay, these are like, they're kind of like cliches at this point. Like Jackie especially was like, the cool sidekick that dies immediately, so that's why you care about the main mission. That's the vibe I got.
Because insider info.
And it's just
Yeah,
like
the man bun.
There's so much.
and like I'm not like a prude. Like swearing's
I'm
fine,
not even
but
connected to him yet, and I still care.
when you're throwing out the C word every 3 seconds, it's like okay, like
What, Kulo?
yeah, cool.
That means butt.
Like that's not. This is a real person. That's what did the writers think a cool guy would say? It's like, oh, he swears all the time, and he doesn't care what people think about him. It seemed a little on the nose, but so exactly. It's like, how can we make him edgy?
Maybe like when you scan him, it'll just one of his character descriptors will be
Edgy.
Edgelord.
But I
edges all the time.
I was really interested in the way that the world outside of your characters sort of goes on. Like we had the medical rescue unit.
Right.
We had the corporal lady doing her own thing. We had the Borg doing their own thing. We had
Which is kind of cool.
the scabs doing their own thing. That's the part that I'm going to be really interested in.
And then the rest of the world doing their own thing. Hopefully
Exactly.
this trailer isn't like what Watch Dogs was like. Oh, it's like, oh, it looks so sick with a living world, and then you get to the actual game. There's like 2
You can move forklifts now.
On that kind of note, I really hope, might sound weird, I hope you're not the hero of this story. I hope it's literally you're just a person in this world trying to live.
Yeah.
And that's as big as it gets.
When
they
they
were-
choose like what side, like you want to be more.
Maybe.
Or you can be in the
maybe.
middle, or good or bad.
Yeah.
When they were
Deadpool
doing like
is
the
like I'm not a hero that. What does he say? Like I'm not the hero that they need, or he said it in the
He's
movie.
the Dark Knight.
Actually, that's Batman.
Yeah. But like morality is fun, but I hope you're not like at the end it's like I saved Night City.
Yeah.
I hope it's not that.
But
I
you
hope
know,
you
in the
stay.
character
It's like I just made
creator-
a lot of eddies.
Yeah, exactly.
You even had like the character descriptions of why you're in Night City. Like one of them was like, your ex is in town.
Yeah.
You want to kill him. You just want to make some money.
Right.
You want to become famous.
I really hope it's
That's
that surface level because it seems like an environment where it's not that it can't be saved, but nobody really wants it to be saved. Like there's
a lot
no
of
need
gray
for it to be
area.
saved. It's kind of just like this is kind of how life is. Like
Yeah, like it's
Okay.
just modern day Detroit.
exactly, because some games they get that in their head where it's like, oh, I'm gonna be the hero and it's like I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I just want to be in this world. I want to get screwed over. I want to screw other people over. It's rough and tumble.
Like it's gonna keep going whether or not you decide to play a part in the main story or whatever the main story is.
So you're
Exactly.
describing like Detroit become human, or are you describing Cyberpunk? I was hearing like your descriptions, like, hey, this kind of sounds like Detroit
Hey.
become human.
This game looks more like Detroit become
What if at one point someone
It's futuristic.
What if at one point someone grabs your arm, their arm turns white, and then look at you and say, "You're free now," and the game completely changes?
Detroit Become Human Part 2.
becomes a walking simulator.
Yeah.
God.
But do you think this game, and it's what we've seen so far, is it worth getting right now?
Yeah.
If there's a section where it turns into everybody's gone to the rapture, then yeah. like you just zone out and you're like, oh wow, that was a really cool scene, and then you just walk to the next one.
Mr.
That
Dean?
sounds fun.
I mean, there's still so much because that was the first gameplay we've seen.
Right,
so I
right.
still want to see a little bit more, but I have no doubt I'll probably buy this.
I definitely I get why they showed the day thing because everyone's like, oh well, I mean it's techno noir. The cool parts are gonna be at night.
Right.
So they wanted to say, well, the day parts can be cool too, guys.
day.
But I do want to see. Like I think the night's gonna be. It's called Night City.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the coolest part.
The net running looked sick. Like
The net running
for
looked
the
really
hacking,
cool.
Where you can hack into like the goon's body and just see the entire like layout of the building.
I
and
was
then
really
see
excited for that
what he's connected to and stuff.
Because in these games, I feel like the hacking is a big part of it, just because that's
Like Shadowrun.
William Gibson's Neuromancer.
Like Watch Dogs.
The hacking's a
Watch
big
out.
part of it. So having a cool hack sequence is very, very important. And I love like the 3 5-jacks that are pulling out of their wrist and plugging into people's heads. That was super dope. Like
The mini phono.
yeah, exactly. just plugging in. It was like I'm gonna feel cool once again when I say I'm in. You know, it's gonna feel cool.
I want some like old school like boards where they jack in like in Matrix. Where
Exactly. Well, I was thinking like it seems like
they have to sit down.
it seemed like they saw RoboCop and how he has the spike wrist, but they made it more practical where it's just a wire, so you can be like a little bit more fluid with it. I thought it was super cool.
They saw Avatar and they're like, oh, instead of making it your hair, why don't you just make it your
And they had like the
arms?
chips that can go into the brain and stuff like that.
Yeah, the shards, those are pretty sick.
I think the medical escape unit was the coolest part
Right?
for me.
They were sick.
Because that was just like a weird like universe thing that I was like, that's really cool, really cool. I like that a lot. Are there any problems you guys see with it?
I haven't seen any judges yet.
No judges.
Where's Dread?
That is one thing I noticed. I don't want to say copying. It's taking influence from a lot of things.
Which is good because those things were sick.
Right, which is good. It'd be interesting to see how it meshes 20 hours in, you know?
Right.
Like how obvious some of the things are going to be and stuff like that.
I think for
The
me,
entire game takes place in an apartment tower.
I mean,
A mega tower.
if you just want to see Dredge 2017.
I just want to see more of like I don't want to get like greedy and ask for more stuff already, but CD Projekt Red.
You be greedy, Ryan.
You're the greedy boy.
I want to see all the other districts. I want to see how like if they look, is it just everything looks like a city? Is there like a deserty looking part of a place? Is
Exactly.
there an oceany looking part of a place?
Once again, like I like what we saw, but I do wish we saw the other things.
Yeah.
Like, sure, they had to show the basic stuff because people are always going to ask. But once again, like for the most part, we could have guessed what was going to be there.
We
You know,
saw
My
a lot
wish-
in this
stuff.
early gameplay, but there's still so much. to
My
see.
wish,
Exactly.
my wish is that you can just disregard all your missions and just become like a futuristic EDM DJ.
Exactly. I want to know if there's a main story or
post
not.
your
Cyberpunk
festival
EDM.
and
You're just like, my name's V and I DJ.
It's like that part in Mario Odyssey where you just like take a break and you're at a music party.
And you just dance and you're playing the guitar.
Honestly, I don't want to see any more.
Really?
I want to
mean,
be.
yeah.
I want something to be left as a surprise. Like I want to be able to get into the game and be like, I don't want to get into the
I
game.
can
It's
see
like,
that.
oh, I remember this from
My
the trailer.
issue is
So-
once you start seeing so much, you just start expecting so much.
I
too.
guess I want just not showing, but like more information, like something that I saw on the internet. It's like, what happens if you just walk outside your apartment,
Right.
pull out your gun, and shoot a guy? What happens?
Yeah.
That's one of the things I want to know.
I want a Westworld wing.
Oh, that's so cool.
I want to be a cowboy.
So
all
you
I
know,
want.
like once again, this definitely piqued my interest a lot.
Yeah.
I still have questions, but I mean, Cyberpunk's so cool. Just techno noir is so
I've been
cool.
waiting since they released the
it's called
trailer in like
Eurodollars.
2012. I can wait longer.
Yeah,
I watch
yeah.
that trailer like once a month.
It's so cool. Any final thoughts on what we
Their
saw for
money's,
Cyberpunk?
their money's called Eurodollars, and its nickname is Eddie's.
Eddie's.
What more do I have to say?
I thought that was weird where they kept saying Eddie's. I feel like they would just say like, cash or money, but every time someone
the
had
city
the option,
speak.
they would always say Eddie's. Give me my Eddie's.
I mean, I guess that would be like the equivalent of saying
Wait,
cash dollars.
but we don't say give me my USD. Give me my American dollars.
Yeah, we
Give me
say
that green.
that would be like them saying, "Give me my euro dollars."
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. But it's just like
That's like, where's my money?
yeah, but we
We're
have
saying
we have
Eddie's
more
instead
than one slang. I guess
Obviously,
is
it's
what I'm
not.
saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I read something that the
Credits.
more words you have to describe something, the more important it is in your society. Maybe Eddie's isn't. that
Eddie's doesn't
important.
mean anything.
It's all
It's
about
like- that's how you get
bullets,
stuff.
like in.
That's the bare minimum of how you get stuff even. That's
I feel
the,
like the
that's the baby legal way of buying things.
the mods for your body mods.
That'd be cool.
are
Your
the most
body
important
mods.
things.
So yeah, Cyberpunk.
Like
It's
the
gonna be
eyeball
good.
scene. Sorry, that was really cool.
Oh yeah, the eyeball scene was really cool. I hope at the end your character is just you're basically just a what is it from RoboCop, the big giant robots that have the miniguns. You're just that, but you still have K's voice.
The trash can robot.
The
I want to be the
trash
trash
can
can
robot, and you
robot.
just fall down the stairs. So Cyberpunk's gonna be good. Speaking of a thing now that's gonna be trash, because we saw those graphical comparisons. Spiderman, put the graphic back to the white background. We're done with
One
Cyberpunk.
man's trash is another man's trash.
We're talking about Spider-Man and how Insomniac fooled us, Brandon.
Got us
They
again.
tricked us.
I ain't know
Haven't
nothing about
fooled
Spider.
us.
I haven't seen nothing about it.
There were.
Learn me some good. I'm
Remember
already gonna hate
E3?
this.
Remember how it looked good? Remember how there were puddles that reflected?
Sure.
Well, there was a gameplay video where they took some of those puddles, not all of them, some of them out.
So you're telling me it's Watch Dogs again?
And
Stop,
some
dude.
and some scenes of Spider-Man look kind of different and kind of bad. When you cherry pick things from a gameplay trailer that's running on a non-ideal system, that happens sometimes. That's basically the
I still
story.
have hope.
Some people show this picture
So
and say,
what I'm hearing is expected to be like Watch Dogs, and I don't even need.
exactly. Some people said that, and then a game developer is trying to respond to, I think, every single
Yeah,
tweet saying
it's
that,
just-
saying, guys, the sun's different in the scene. Like
It's called
that
a
was
day
running
night.
on an ideal mark. Like obviously, it's going to be different. These are not
Overreaction.
good screens. Like.
Overreactions.
And even Mr. Dean showed me some pictures of other people's gameplay stuff. It still looks fantastic.
Where's our resident Pierce Turner? Did you see him on Twitter? He's like, I'm working for Gaming Trend. I'll tell you on Tuesday. How it
Exactly.
Oh, no, he
so
said he was playing.
is." Yeah.
so
I
you
wanna hear
know,
from him.
I don't. It's gonna be good. Like, don't complain.
No.
You want to talk about? Did you want to talk about anything specifically? Because you brought up this.
I just
topic.
think, well, I mean, just last night I watched the video that somebody posted where they get to the tallest building in each Spider-Man game,
Right.
and then jump and shows you how much the graphics have changed and the effects and the animations. This one looks so good. Like, it's just speechless for that.
Take
Yeah,
my
No
eddies.
words. I mean, they.
I haven't seen anything from this game.
There's a lot. I mean, every time I go to the comments, they're like, "Oh, this is just gonna be a Batman Arkham game, but Spider-Man." I'm like, how is that a bad thing?
That's a
though?
great
Like,
thing.
I don't
I
This
don't
game
understand
was
know.
great.
I don't know.
Now, this is my
You
only
sold
thing.
me on it just by just
The, game, the game's only going to get an 8 out of 10 for me if they don't do it like the 2001 or the 2000 whatever Spider-Man PS1 game where you have a Spider-Man's coming in.
Oh yeah.
They just have him voicing over the whole game.
I remember
Here comes
that.
Spider-Man, Peter
Stanley was the
Parker.
narrator.
Oh, only an 8 out of 10 if they don't have
They need to add it.
Crap.
I don't know. People seem at first people were super excited. Nowadays they seem to want to hate it. I don't know why.
Because people are like, they think they're cool if they don't like good things.
I guess, but like Batman's good.
It's great.
Why can't Spider-Man be good?
I'm
Is
just-
it the DC fans coming out and saying Marvel's bad because Marvel? Justice League.
They tighten their belt. And listen,
Justice League.
this game has already been made.
Aquaman, #1 movie in America. I predict it.
Yeah.
$20 billion budget.
I'm just
gonna
curious
tell,
what they're gonna do because in
Oh.
Arkham, what I loved about Arkham City compared to the other Arkham games is that, like, yes, there was the main story, but there was so much to do on side
Right.
missions, and they weren't like repetitive. Like, I didn't feel like I was getting drained doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm curious if this game's gonna do something like that, or is it gonna be like, hey, save this woman in a yellow shirt. She lost her kid. And then you're like, okay, I did that one. And then later in the game, like,
You
hey,
can,
this lady wearing a blue shirt lost her kid. It's
Yeah.
like,
That's why you can like high five people, like pedestrians. I'm like, there you go. It's your friendly neighborhood
you,
Spider-Man.
you earn like
Spider-Man.
respect in the city.
Yeah, just high five people.
What was the third?
That's how you up
selfies.
your rep.
You do like one every high five, so you just like go along the side.
You just line up a bunch of people.
Respects back
What was
up.
the third Spider-Man or the third Arkham game?
Arkham
Arkham
Origins.
Arkham Knight.
Origins.
Arkham Origins.
And
So-
then Night.
Because Origins was the one with the car, right?
Origins was
No,
the one.
Knight
No,
was
Arkham
with the
Knight
car.
was. Arkham Origins.
Knight was
wasn't made-
amazing.
There was Asylum
Arkham
City.
Origins wasn't made by Rocksteady, right?
yeah,
Night
Origins was
and
like a
Origins,
prequel.
right? Or
So by night, I think it was. I was getting kind of tired of the Batman Arkham gameplay.
I
'cause it's
finished
just,
City
Knight
in
was
one
good.
sitting.
it's
So.
press Y, and you're like a big tank boy, but then you're doing pirouettes and stuff like that. I think what Insomniac does, sure, it looks similar, but the main thing is there's a lot more style with it, and there's a lot more variety with it. You know, with Batman,
You're a real superhero as Spider-Man.
well, it's just with Arkham, you're doing kind of the same moves over and over and over again.
Not a really.
And
good
I like the
detective.
whole web aspect. You know,
And the web
obviously,
and the
Spider-
traversal, it just seems so much better.
Oh, yeah.
In
I
Spider-Man.
don't even want to like fight. I just want to swing around New York City. It seems amazing.
Exactly, and that's another aspect of it. Like
I
you
want
know,
my webs to go into clouds like they did in the previous games. Like, how am I swinging right now?
with Arkham, you're never in like the full city. You're always like in confined little areas for plot conveniences. And this one, you're in the full city. You're in a real city. Batman, get a real city. Why don't
Yeah,
you DC?
the real New York, not the dirty New. Oh wait.
So you know, I mean, calm down. You know, it's gonna be
I think
good.
it's gonna be good. Stuff.
Stop it.
Even like some of the screenshots, like they looked. What a lot of people were saying is the E3 ones look like obviously a pre-render, and the other ones look like regular gameplay. It's like, yeah, what do you expect from games? You know, like sure, Watch Dogs, it blatantly like downgraded a lot. You know, but it was still like, yeah, I don't know why people expected it to look like that. Like it's not gameplay. Like no system can do that good, like all the time. You know, like that's not the generalized thing. Like,
Why not though?
because computers are expensive.
Why not though?
But now we got the RTX 2080.
Oh my
Well, there's
god.
at least one Twitch streamer streaming it in the way they showed it at E3. I'll be happy as long as I can watch them have fun and me be sad.
So any final thoughts on this conspiracy? Good job to that. I forget his name. That game developer
That
who's
what-
responding to
work at
everything on
Insomniac,
Twitter.
Just a random developer.
Just a random game
He's the thing more
developer.
for them.
I just have
It's
hope
just
for
Todd Howard.
Spidey.
Hey.
Hope for Spidey. Hope for Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Ooh.
Good
Lots
games
of
coming
fun.
around the corner.
Good games coming around. Going on
Definitely
to our last segment, because Brand's got to get out of here. He's got something to do. I'm not sure what. I forgot to ask. Internship. Going on to some little bit of sad news. So in preparation for Cyberpunk's release in 2077, Brandon, Logan, and I are going to cryogenically freeze ourselves in Walt Disney's vault. So until 2077.
Wake me up when September ends.
And since you guys are only like what? You're like 6 years, 8 years old. So by 2077, you'll be you'll still be alive and stuff like that. We got to
baby boy.
freeze ourselves. We're gonna be dead by then. So this will be definitely my last birds. Most likely Brandon's last birds. Most likely
would definitely my last birds.
Logan-
I'm surprised I even made it.
Photoshop Logan right
Rest in
here.
Spaghetti's last.
Logan's in the middle.
His last birds. So I just want to say thank you, you guys.
Thank you.
Carly, and the rest of the crew. Other people back there are new, so I don't want to thank them yet. Thank you all the other people. Thank you, Jairus,
Thank
Jack,
you.
James, Diane, Tristan, all the people who helped make this one. We've got like, what,
Justin.
70, Justin? We got like 70 episodes, something like that. 70,
even know.
75 episodes. We got a lot. Longest show on Spinnaker. So
Take
just
that.
thank you. Thank you
guys have been
so
going
much,
on
everyone.
since, what, episode 1, right? You guys been
Episode
doing-
1, we were the first boys.
Don't go back and watch those episodes, please.
It's really,
Please don't.
I got the biggest hair. Brandon,
Ooh,
you
I
want
look
to
like a
say
little boy.
anything to anybody?
It's been fun.
It's been a
My
minute.
favorite episode was the episode where Pierce had like a crack breakdown over Red Dead Redemption 2 when that was first
Yeah,
announced.
it was so good. But the show is in good hands. Natty Ice and T-Dog are going to take it over. The new pros. They're going to do a good job.
Natty Ice. I'm so sorry.
I've never heard that one.
I'm gonna call him Natty Ice from now on.
I'm so sorry.
Natty Ice and T-Dog. Well, this has been...
We're gonna run the show into the
Wait,
ground.
T-Dog,
Thanks,
that's
guys.
from Walking Dead?
Thank you guys for so much for making the show so great so we can ruin it.
Yeah.
now.
Exactly, yeah.
This show don't. No, I'm just
We set you up so you can knock us down. We're
Yeah.
like Jenga. The Jenga brothers.
You
That's
guys
what
end
they'll
on
call
top.
us.
We'll hit rock bottom. Then we'll
So
And then
thank
this
you.
guy.
And then Logan, rest in pasta. We'll see you in 2077 when Cyberpunk gets. Well, that'll be the announcement when it gets delayed. Then we'll go back in the carrots. This has been a Birds of Play. I'm for the first time, for the last time, John Styler McCrone.
I'm for the last time, for the first time, Brandon Diaz.
And unfortunately, you're going to see me many more times, Nathan Dean.
And you'll probably see me, maybe, I don't know, Ryan Taronis.
And I'm Logan Instead. This has been Birds of Play. See y'all next time without us.
I'm going to look at the camera for
We
the
might be
first time
here.
this episode.
Whoa, MTV.
Oh, I forgot the credits cam's back up. This is awkward. Ooh.
Dance, Brandon. It's the last time we're gonna be here.
Ooh,
And
I
we'll
gotta
just
go.
sit because we got nothing. We'll be back.
Turning on CyroTube now. Beep, 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 beep.
Inject my eye.
2077, that's going to be the joke. Like, hey, remember when that was, we joked about it being delayed? It's actually happened.